Hello friends, hope you are good. I'm Archana and I'm back with another interesting video. Are you an undergraduate, postgraduate or newly joined PhD student struggling to write your research or review article or any project assignment? In the series on article writing, this is the first video where I will introduce you to the different parts of a research paper and discuss how to write a compelling introduction. The introduction is one of the most important part of a paper because it attracts the reader to your work. Think about when you meet someone and they give a good introduction, you remember them for a longer time and want to know more about them, isn't it? The same applies here as well. So you must write a very good introduction. In this video, we are going to learn 6 important tips to write a strong, logical and interesting introduction. Each and every point is very important. So watch the video till end else you will miss some key points. Every research paper has few main sections like introduction, methodology, results, discussion. In some cases, results and discussion are combined. Then conclusion, future prospects and references. So let's learn the steps to write very effective introduction. Tip number 1, broad background. Start with a broad background, introduce your topic and explain why it is important. For instance, if you're writing about salt stress in paddy, you can start with general abiotic stresses and their symptoms in plants and then narrow down why it is crucial to study salt stress and to find out the solution of salt stress. Here I have also given some phrases that you can use to write the background of your work. These 3 phrases will be useful for you. You can use them directly or modify them a little bit. You can take a screenshot as well if you want. The topic is important because in recent years, there has been a growing interest in dash. The issue of XYZ has received considerable attention due to. Moving to the tip number 2, that is literature review. So collect the various articles, review and research articles published on that particular topic and briefly review the existing research that what all has been done so far. Let's see some important phrases that you can use for literature review part. Previous studies have shown that according to recent research researcher found that, give the name of the author. Then several researchers have investigated the role of, in this manner you can write. Well, it doesn't matter you are writing on which topic, you can put these phrases in literature review section and you can just add your content to that. Now, after the literature review part, the third most important part is identification of gap. Gap identification is very important because it also tells us about the novelty of your work and it will tell the readers that what is missing in the current studies that you are going to take up in your work. Now moving to the some important phrases that you can use for this section of research gaps. Despite extensive research, little is known about. Means you are saying that extensive research is done in this area, but little is known about this aspect that you are researching. Now, however, there remains a lack of understanding about. Means so many people have studied it, but nobody could understand this particular topic. There's a lack of understanding. Third one is one major gap in the literature is. In this manner, you define the research gaps in that area. Next point is defining your objectives. Clearly state your research objectives or review paper objectives. What are you aiming to achieve? Moving to some important phrases that you can use in this section are: the primary aim of this study is to. This research seeks to address the question of dash. The objective of this study is to investigate that. Means once you identified the research gaps, then now you have decided that on which aspect you are going to work, and then you have clearly defined your objectives, that what you want to achieve through your research or review. Once your objectives are defined, the next step is hypothesis writing and brief introduction of methodology. So you have to clearly state your hypothesis. You must be knowing about the null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. If you want me to make a video on that, I can make on that part also. So here you have to clearly state your hypothesis and give a very brief description of the methodology you will employ to achieve your objectives. So this is again a very important part. Let's see some important phrases that you can use for hypothesis and methodology section or points. Number one, we hypothesize that. It is hypothesized that will significantly affect dash. Based on previous finding, we propose that. So this is your hypothesis. You have decided something that it will happen like that. So this is your hypothesis. Next thing is methodology. For methodology, these are the important phrases that you can use. To achieve these objectives, we will employ dash, which technique you are going to employ. And this, whether you are going to do the in vitro studies or in vivo studies or plant-based studies or animal-based studies or anything that you will define to achieve these objectives, we will employ dash. This study utilizes a combination of dash to dash, like you have to write the methods, and the research design includes, if it is RBD or something else, you have to explain that. The next and last point of this session is writing conclusion and significance. Conclude with the significance. Why does your research matter? So some phrases are there to write the conclusion and significance, such as: this study is significant because it will dash. The finding from this research will provide insights into, say for instance, a human disease or some abiotic stress or some rhizosphere dynamics. Then understanding dash is crucial for. So in this manner, if you will write, it will look very effective and you will have higher chances of publication in good journals. And this is the first video in this series of article writing. In the next video, I will talk about the methodology writing. Then also I'll discuss the result and discussion and also the reference management. So subscribe for more. Thank you. See you in the next video.